Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mushahrafah Binti Khairulisham. My metric number is CM190221. My project name is Smart Recycle Dustbin with WIFI Monitoring System, and my supervisor is Dr. Hafliza Binti Hassan. Let's start with introduction. This paper represents an attractive design of an intelligent dustbin aimed to assist in the recycle process. The smart dustbin with Wi-Fi monitoring system is designed for industry use to aid employers in garbage monitoring. Recycled materials such as plastic, paper, metal, and waste garbage would be automatically separated. This to reduce the overall expenditure associated with the garbage collection. This is very helpful for society and our environment. Next is problem statement. The first issue is the location of the dustbin is usually fiddly and smelly. Second is animals constantly open the lid of dustbin to search food. And the last one is garbage collector does not collect the trash on time and need to spread the rubbish manually. Next, I will explain about objective project. The first objective is to design a smart dustbin for head recycle process. Second, to integrate dustbin with Wi-Fi monitoring system. And the last one, to evaluate functionality of dustbin. Next is scope project. The dustbin will produce are for industry use such as factory. The dustbin will dispense the recycled bins, uses paper, plastic, metal, and weighting. Then the dustbin will be detect the capacity level of trash. Next, the dustbin will be located at the store in the factory. And lastly, the size of the dustbin will be friendly for user but can contain more of rubbish. Next is literature review. Project has been done by others. The first project that has been done by others is Smart Dustbin Utility System using IoT. This project is to detect a range and percent of dustbin that are aligned to it and store in memory. When it reaches 75% and 90% capacity, it will send signal. And then when the dustbin overflows, it also will send the signal to empty it. The level of the trash bin has been displayed using LCD. They also use MySQL to save their data in memory. The second previous project is AI or IoT-based trash monitoring system. This project is to split the waste into two categories, which is dry and wet garbage, in two different departments. This project uses Android application to learn about the access the data collection by the sensor, as well as is to locate the specific dustbin and pick up the trash before it's overflow or was damaged by the gases. Next is about literature review, advantage and disadvantage of other projects. Smart dustbin utility system using IoT also have the advantage and disadvantage. The advantage is they have recorded data of the dustbin and the system will help people to find another dustbin. Disadvantage is the waste is not separate inside in the dustbin like separating system. IoT-based trash monitoring system also have the advantage and disadvantage. The advantage is admin can keep track of the dustbin in the locality. And their disadvantage is the category only have two, so it cannot have decreased recycle work. Next is flow chart project. This is separation system project that will start with human sensor. If human sensors not sense human, they will not open the lid of the dustbin. If yes, they will open the lid of the dustbin. After that, they will go with inductive proximity sensor. If inductive proximity sensor sense, the LCD will display metal thing and the conveyor will rotate 90 degree and the metal motor will rotate 180 degree to push the cans inside the section and then they will be end. If not, Then we go to motion sensor. If motion sensor are sensed, the LCD display will display weighting and the conveyor will rotate 180 degrees and the web motor will rotate 180 degrees to push can inside the section. If no, they will go to the capacitive proximity sensor that have been set for paper. If yes, the LCD display will display paper thin and the conveyor will rotate 270 degrees and the paper motor will rotate 180 degrees to push the cans inside the section. Then, if no, the capacitive proximity sensor that has been set for plastic will sense if yes, the LCD will display plastic thin and the conveyor will rotate 360 degrees and the motor for plastic will rotate 180 degrees to push the cans inside their section and then the flow will begin. This is level monitoring system flowchart that we start with IR sensor 1. If IR sensor 1 is detected, blink will send notification that the level of metal section is almost full and then there will be end. If no, they will go to IR sensor 2. If IR sensor 2 is detected, the blink will send notification levels of weight section is almost full and then there will be end. If no, they will go to IR sensor 3. If IR sensor 3 is detected, blink would send notification level of paper section is almost full and then will be end. If no, they will go to IR sensor 4. If IR sensor 4 is detected, blink would send notification level of plastic section is almost full and then they will be end. If no, they will go to ultrasonic 1. If ultrasonic 1 is detected, blink would send notification level of metal section is filled and buzzer will be on and then there will be end. If no, they will go to ultrasonic 2. If ultrasonic 2 is detected, blink would send notification levels of weight section is filled and buzzer will on and then there will be end. If no, they will go to ultrasonic 3. If ultrasonic 3 is detected, will the notification level of paper section is filled and buzzer will be on and then there will be end. If no, they will go to the last part which is ultrasonic sensor 4. If ultrasonic sensor 4 is detected, it will say notification level of plastic section is filled and the buzzer will be on and then the flow will be end. Now we go to the block diagram. This is block diagram configuration system. Then we start with power supply and then we go to the Arduino Uno and then we go to the Freeman sensor and the servo motor will open the lid of the dustbin and then go to the moisture sensor and then go to the servo. Servo here means the conveyor and the motor to push the charge go to their section and then we go to the inductive proximity sensor and go to the servo motor and go to the capacitive proximity sensor that has been set for paper and then we go to the servo motor and then go to the capacitive proximity sensor that has been set for plastic and then we go to the servo motor and go back to the Arduino Uno. Next we are moving to the level monitoring system block diagram. In this block diagram we start with power supply and then we go to node MCU ESP8266. After that, we go to the sensor which is IR1, IR2, IR3 and IR4. After IR sensor are detected, then we go to the blink application to send the notifications. But if ultrasonic 1, ultrasonic 2, ultrasonic 3 and ultrasonic 4 are detected, then we go to the buzzer first to on the buzzer and then we go to the blink application to send the notifications. And then the flow will be end. As we go through the circuit diagram. This is separation system circuit diagram. I has been used several motors, Arduino Uno, LCD, and push button. Push button here is to place a sensor. If push button is pressed and the signal is 1, it means sensor is sensed. This is block diagram for level monitoring system. In this block diagram, I have been used not MCU ESP8266 as their microcontroller and then I also use push button to replace sensor. It also same each push button is pressed and the signal is one. It means sensor is sense. And I also connected buzzer. Now I will explain about 3D project design. This is 3D design for this project. We can see here inside the dustbin we have 4 sections. This is for metal sections, wood section, paper section and plastic section. And also have conveyor inside the dustbin. This is for move the cans to go inside their sections. And we can see here they have 2 lid of dustbin. This is one is big and one is small. The big one is manually for collector users that are manually open and manually closed. But the small one is for user use, so they will open automatically and close also automatically. Next, I will explain about list of components that I have been used for this project. First is Arduino Uno, second is non-MCU ESP8266, then human sensor, ultrasonic sensor, inductive proximity sensor, moisture sensor, IR sensor, servo motor and servo motor MG665, LCD display, buzzer. Jumper wire, adjustable buck converter model power supply strip port, Arduino IDE practice, and the last one is Blink application. Next is bill of materials. This is bill of the materials that I use for this project. We can see here they have 20 components that I use and also state here their quantity and their price. Now I will explain about preliminary results. We start with plastic detected. In this simulation, human sensor has been detected, and then plastic has been detected, which means capacitive proximity sensor set for plastic has been detected. Then, after that, LCD will display plastic thing. And then conveyor will rotate 360 degrees to go to the section, and then plastic motor will rotate 180 degrees to push the thing go to their section. Next is paper detected. In the simulation also human sensor need to sense first. After that, the capacitive sensor that is set for paper has been detected. It will make LCD display paper things, and then the conveyor will be rotate 270 degrees to go to the section, and then paper motor will rotate 180 degrees to push them to go inside the section. Next is weight detected. In this simulation, human sensor has been sensed first, and then moisture sensor was been detected. After they are detected, LCD display will display weight thing, and then conveyor will rotate 180 degrees to go to the section, and moist motor will rotate 180 degrees to push them to go inside their section. Next is metal detected. In this simulation, human sensor would be sensed first, and then inductive proximity sensor has been sensed also. After they are sensed, LCD display will display metal things. And then conveyor will be rotate 90 degrees to go to the metal sections, and then metal motor will rotate 180 degrees to push the thing to go inside the section. Now we go to the expected result. For the first one, the design of this project, which it has 4 sections, which is plastic, metal, paper, and weight item. And then human sensor and LCD display will be placed at the lid of dustbin. Then, 4 sensors would be placed on the conveyor, including an inductive proximity sensor, moisture sensors, and two capacitive proximity sensors that have been set for copper and plastic. Then, this project has a level monitoring system that will monitor the level of the charge. And then each section will have one IR sensor and one ultrasonic sensor to monitor the charge. And lastly, when the IR sensor is detected, blink will send a notification. However, when the ultrasonic sensor is detected, the buzzer will be on, the blink will also send a notification. For the conclusion, this project can reduce recycling procedures such as separating system. Furthermore, this project has made use of an IoT system in order to integrate a dustbin with a Wi-Fi monitoring system. I would allow people to keep track of the number of cans in the trash can. As a result, this project will achieve its final goals, which is to evaluate the functionality of a dustbin. This system will assist the country in becoming more ecologically responsible. This is reference for two previous journals that I has been explained from this presentation. That's all for my presentation. I hope I have been explained clearly in this presentation. Thank you for listening my presentation.